Prolonged drought has affected arable land, with many communities in fear of famine. Crop failure has affected most families, and according to farmers in Mukono district, food theft is rampant, while some households depend on a single meal a day due to food shortage. However, for farmers in Nagoje sub-county in Mukono district, the situation is different. These farmers have trained in modern scientific practices under the technologies researched and innovated by the National Agricultural Research Organization and Sasakawa Global 2000, which has enabled them realize some harvests despite drought season.
Yeah, we are focusing on the whole value chain. We are coming with good agronomic practices which farmers must use to improve their yields and increase productivity. Number two, we are coming with post-harvest handling technologies which will help them reduce post-harvest losses, improve quality, and then produce good quantities for the market. Then number four, we are also looking at the market. We are linking these farmers to the markets, and not only markets, but other support services like financial institutions, like agro inputs, and all that.
The farmers under this technology visited different farmer learning platforms to learn the technologies from Sasakawa Global 2000.
Demulaba ono kasooli ng'afaanana bw'atyo naye nasoomozebwa omusana n'asooka akoneraawo naye okutuusa Mukama Katonda bwe yavaayo n'aŋŋamba obonyebonye nnyo bubbandi bwakubonyaabonya nnyo lwaki sikuwaamu ekire. Mukama Katonda n'ayiwa amazzi, kasooli oyo n'atandika okukola ki? Okuvaayo. Era kwe kumutuusa awo.
Naye okusimba mu budde, okuteeka ennimiro mu budde n'okukola nga bwe abalimisa bwe bakugamba. Naye abalamu muga ati atana n'atulambula.
Tuli ffenaawo kati bwe tuba nga tubagamba wadde tolina ssente ezigula kigimusa, waliwo ebintu ebirala by'oyinza okukola mu nnimiro yo ne bikuyamba ennimiro n'ekola ki? N'evaako. Teekamu ensigo ng'obaze okugibalirira, simba mu babanga amatuufu, kola mu budde bananga okukoola omuddo gwe gusoose okunfuula omuntu mubi wano mu balimi.
Kye mbasaba mwenna tubeere nga tweteekateeka, kubanga obudde omwaka oba gugenda okuggwako Desemba, tuba tumanyi nti omwaka oguddako tuba tulina okwetegekera ebyokulima.
Kati bw'otunuulira akataka kano mu gundi yange yonna, ke kataka kasembayo kuba kaki akabi, era mu bintu nange bye nayagala okugezesa n'ettaka ki lyennyini, kubanga wano nasooka n'ennimawo kasooli era baayitaawo mwalaba bwali bubi nnyo, ate sizoni yali yamuki ya nkuba, yafuna enkuba naye bwali bubi nnyo. Kati kwe kugezesa ne tulaba bw'otunulira mu generally kiki kyensinza okulaba mu byonna nti mu byonna ebisimbiddwa soya yalwanyisizza kuki embeera eno, omulaba nti ye tali bubi.
The program coordinator, Crop Enhancement Program at Sasakawa Global 2000, Jonathan Katende, is optimistic that the farmers who have embraced the technology have their livelihood changed.
Actually, I can say maybe like we had a study in Mitiana, and we realized that at least 40 to 50% of the farmers had adopted the technology which we had set up out of the targeted 60%. So we would see that the rate of adoption is high, but we still have, the farmers still have a chance that the rate of adoption would have been higher if the input shops were near their location is, because that's one of the reasons they always said that yes, we have seen this technology doing, but where do we buy the seed? So they have to walk very long distances to get the technologies, but also the cost of the inputs is high. So quite a number of challenges are still facing agriculture.
He outlines some of the measures farmers should adopt for better yields.
First of all, the farmer should make a good selection when he's selecting the crop which is going to plant. He should be very careful of the variety, because the variety is very critical in determining, first of all, the output. Like in this poor weather, the variety that is tolerant to water stress is ideal, but also the farmers should be careful of the management practices, like timely land preparation, proper weed management, using the fertilizers to boost the growth figure of the crop, and of course controlling the pests and diseases. The farmers should be aware of all that.
Katende, however, is not happy with the continued supply of fake inputs to farmers.
We have a very big problem nationally. Actually, it even goes to international levels, that the farmers are facing the challenge of fake seeds. Our input dealers, the different input dealers, they don't want to start to display good ethics. They end up mixing the seeds, and because they want to sell at a cheap rate. So we have a very big problem. However, the Ministry of Agriculture is trying to put together regulatory bodies that are trying to enforce and certifying the input stockists that are selling good quality seed. And also we, as Sasakawa, we have taken up time to train the farmers, to mobilize them that you go to very good input stockists, but also we train the input stockists to sell good quality products.
The program coordinator, post-harvest handling and agro-processing, James Murangira, while training farmers on post-harvest handling, said the quality of produce from farmers does not fetch good price.
The business, you must understand, what does my customer want? And this is, to me, that's the context, the way the farmer should change his attitude towards. If you look at the traders go and buy poor quality, but they know that their customers the other side, they need good quality. So they put in some money, improve on the quality, and they sell to the market. So how do we manage these farmers? There are various approaches that we need to employ. Number one, we need to change the attitude of the farmers. Farmers, as we talk and as you saw in the field, for him, he knows, or him or her knows that they have planted maize or beans, it's maize. So if I throw it there when I'm harvesting, it's maize. But as a business, what is it? That garden you're seeing is your capital, is money. So if it is money, like the way you handle capital in your shop, the way you set up shelves, the way you set up, you book a shop, that's the way, if we are to improve the quality, that's the way the produce must be handled. When you harvest, you must handle it very carefully. Like for the case of maize, don't throw it on the ground like has been the practice. No, go with bags, go with baskets, put your maize, clean maize from the garden, as you saw what I was showing the farmers. When it is from the garden, it's white. By the time to reach the market, it's brown. What has happened along the way?
Murangira advised for increased savings among farmers to sustain production.
We have already identified that farmers are having some saving group, though they didn't know how to save and what to use their savings for. So basically what we are looking at is to train them to save and invest their savings, unlike in the past where they would share all what they have saved for the whole year, and they share it among themselves, and it's not invested. By the beginning of the year, there's nothing to do the business. So we are training them to do saving as a business, which will improve their financial access, of which financial access will help them to buy materials for production, buy agro inputs, buy materials for post-harvest handling, and then they can also do corrective marketing. And we are coming with a new concept on using savings to promote corrective marketing. How are we going to do that? People, instead of saving 2,000, 3,000 in a week, we are saying, first do farming. When you harvest, save, all of you members agree on what crop to produce. Then each farmer, for example, let me give an example of maize, each member, you can bring 2 bags. If there are 30 members, each is bringing 2 bags. Those are 60 bags. So that means we are talking, you'll have a group having 6 tons for selling as maize. Now, what is an advantage of this? Because they have six tons which are collected in one place, they will sell at a higher price. So indirectly, you find that we are using saving to promote collective marketing. But on the other hand, still you can use the money in saving to invest in agriculture. So on the other hand, still on Village Savings and Loans Association, we are saying you can as a group, they can use the funds which is within the savings group, which they were going to provide a loan. Instead, they go and buy agro inputs, give it to the farmers in form of a loan. So the farmers produce, then at the end of the day, they collect all the produce, or 50% of what the farmers have produced, and they bulk it in one site. Buy, for example, like the hermetic storage, where you can keep the grains for more than 3 months and wait for the price to increase, and then they sell at a higher price. So those are the 2 ways the village savings can promote collective marketing.
Sasakawa Africa Association Director Monitoring and Evaluation hailed Ugandans for adopting better farming technologies.
Atambudde amawanga mangi Africa n'awala talabanga kitundu kirina nkizo za kulima nakulaba nti bafulumya ebyokulima nga wano kyalabye takirabangako mu nsi yonna. Agamba wano nti Uganda eno gye tulimu ffe gye tuzanyisa esobola okulipa Southern Sudan eno gye beemwokoolera gye balwanalwana olw'okuba tebakkuta ne Congo.
The chairman Nagoje Sub-County Joseph Sendaula urged stakeholders to adopt simple irrigation schemes to avoid total loss of produce during drought.
Yembeera y'obudde omusana gubadde gutuli bubi naye tugamba nti kuno ebyuma mubireese tubiraba era bijja tuyamba bwe tunaakola ennyo naye tubulamu nakali akayambako nga embeera etabuse amazzi gano kabenga kasika ku migga egiri okumpi abantu baleme kufiirwa mu mbeera eyo.